Folks, I want to get to a very important story. The ridiculously named Equality Act has passed the House of Representatives. It will be forever referred to on this show as the Inequality Act, because what the Inequality Act does is it legalizes discrimination against Christians, people of faith, all the evil Christians out there, all of us. I love Jesus Christ. Always, I mean that. He is my Lord and Savior. Your religion, your thing, that's mine, whatever. But how long before it is illegal to be a Christian? That's never going to happen. This is America. Really? Because we're going down that dangerous path really, really quick. We all thought it was A-okay to be a conservative up to a few years ago, too, until we all got canceled from Twitter and Facebook at the same time, right? We never thought that would happen either. Here's a great article in the Federalist you have to read. This is important stuff, folks. There's policy happening right now. There's still a chance to stop this disaster in the United States Senate. The Federalist by Christopher Bedford. Blessings of Liberty. How the Equality Act viciously attacks Christians, freedom, society, sex, and you. So what is the Equality Act? Be known from this point forward as the Inequality Act in this show. What is it actually? Let's go to this screenshot from the Federalist, because this is happening right now. This is happening right now, right under your nose, while we're all distracted by people like Liz Cheney, who's worried about Trump's tweets or whatever. The Federalist. The act, which the House is expected to pass, it did pass, by the way. This was written before it. It's for the second time in 9 months, by the way, it's passed. Before sending it out to the now Democratic Senate, opens up swinging on Christians, as well as most religions, concepts of morality and marriage, sex, and identity. It would strike biological sex from the 1964 Civil Rights Act, replacing it with, quote, sexual orientation and gender identity. Well, Paula, wasn't that racist, sexual orientation? Joe, I don't want to get off track here, but remember the dictionary.com?
Yeah.
Didn't we discuss that a few weeks ago? Who was it? Was it Maisie Hirono who said that was like racist or homophobic or Islamophobic? It was, right? I'm not crazy. This is great. Yeah. They got it in the act, Joe. A belief in traditional marriage, the act would legislate, is a specific example of illegal discrimination. It's all happening right now while we're all distracted by Liz Cheney, who's worried about Trump's tweets and stuff. So what would be the effect of changing the 1964 Civil Rights Act to gender identity, where you basically just say, hey, I feel like a woman, or I feel like a man when I'm a woman, or a woman who feels like a man? What would be the effect of that? What would be the effect of changing the Civil Rights Act to legislate all this stuff instead of letting private citizens make their own informed adult opinions about how they feel about gender identity? No, we can't have that. The left loves to talk about choice, as long as it's their choice, not yours. You will comply with the left, of course. So here's an interesting side effect of what may happen if this happens to pass the Senate. Outside of the fact that practicing your faith could be potentially illegal, here's an interesting example from the Federalist piece. Quote, salons, too, will not be able to, quote, discriminate based on biology, opening the door in the United States for the Canadian nightmare where Jessica Yaniv, a man who identifies as a woman while still being attracted to women, sued to force a female nail salon employee to wax his private parts. You don't have to be a woman to understand the level of sexual assault implicit in an adult man demanding a woman handle his private parts for money or risk the force of law. That's a real story, by the way. No, yes, it is. Paula's like, no, it is. It's a real story. All coming here to the United States. All happening under our noses. So, I always have an ask in the show because this is a show directed towards action. I'm an action guy. I talk, but if talk doesn't motivate action, then don't bother. I ran for office. I did it. I threw my name on the ballot. I've done all the stuff. I'm there. I need your help. Get on the phone with your senators today. Real simple phone call, real simple email. You know who they are? Everybody's got two of them. If you live in one of the 50 states. Therefore, for the purposes of this, you're the only people that matter. Get them on the blower, get them on the email, and just say, hey, Daddy-O, where do we stand on the Inequality Act? Because that doesn't sound so good to me. I go to church and I have traditional values, and that's great. Whatever values you may have, it's a free country. I respect that. But I don't need the law, the long arm of the law telling me how I should feel about things. We have this whole thing called freedom, liberty, choice, all old antiquated ideas. But I don't really feel like being told in a salon who I need to put my hands on and who not to. Doesn't sound right.